Hello everyone, welcome to Washington Gun Law TV. I am Washington Gun Law President William Kirk. Thank you for joining us. Hey, one of the real great benefits of living here in the state of Washington is all the amazing outdoor activities that are right outside our front door. And I do get this question frequently here at Washington Gun Law, so I figured we'd spend a few minutes today and talk about, can I carry a firearm in a Washington State park or on a Washington State ferry? Okay, before we get rolling, you guys know the drill. If you like this video, go ahead and click that like button down below. If you want to stay up to date on issues related to your Second Amendment rights, not only on a statewide level, but on a nationwide level, go ahead and click the subscribe button down below. Click the little bell logo down below if you want to be notified when we post new videos. And most importantly, please keep the comments coming. This is how the YouTube algorithm helps get our videos out to more lawful and responsible gun owners like yourself. Okay, so like I said at the outset of this video, we're going to really cover two topics today, similar topics, different locations. The first thing is we're going to talk about, are firearms, can you carry firearms into state parks? Now, caveat here, I'm talking about Washington State parks. I am not talking about national parks. That is a whole different set of rules, subject to a whole nother video. I am talking about Washington State parks. The other thing we're going to talk about today is can you carry a firearm onto a Washington State ferry? So, the applicable RCWs that we're going to be talking about today are actually our concealed carry statutes. They are the ones that will actually have the most applicability. So we're going to be spending some time today with RCW 9.41.050, and we're going to also spend a lot of time with RCW 9.41.060 today. Okay, first, let's go over RCW 9.41.050 one time to refresh our memory. Now remember, that is our concealed carry, our concealed pistol license statute, and the pertinent sections read as follows. Except in the person's place of abode or fixed place of business, a person shall not carry a pistol concealed on his or her person without a license to carry a concealed pistol. Section 2. A person shall not carry or place a loaded pistol in any vehicle unless the person has a license to carry a concealed pistol and 1. The pistol is on the licensee's person. 2. The licensee is within the vehicle at all times that the pistol is there. Or 3. The licensee is away from the vehicle and the pistol is locked within the vehicle and concealed from view from outside the vehicle. So essentially, in far wordier terms than we need to be, we know that 050, the concealed pistol license, specifically states that you cannot carry a pistol concealed on your person or loaded in your automobile unless you possess a valid concealed pistol license. Absent having a valid concealed pistol license or one recognized by the state of Washington, you cannot carry it concealed on your person. You cannot carry it loaded in your automobile. But we also know in RCW 9.41.060 that there are several exceptions to that statute, including subsection 8 of that statute, which reads as follows. The provisions of RCW 9.41050 shall not apply to, section 8, any person engaging in a lawful outdoor recreational activity, such as hunting, fishing, camping, hiking, or horseback riding, only if, considering all the attendant circumstances, including but not limited to whether the person has a valid hunting or fishing license, it is reasonable to conclude that the person is participating in lawful outdoor activities or is traveling to or from a legitimate outdoor recreation area. And so this subject right here, engaged in lawful activities, I think it's important that we point out that the statute then says such as hunting, fishing, hiking, camping, things such as that. It does not say limited to these activities. So there are plenty of other outdoor activities in which a person may clearly want to protect themselves with their Second Amendment rights. Mountain biking, hiking, rafting. I can think of many other outdoor activities. Snowmobiling, for example, where if you're getting out cross-country skiing, you can get out into the backcountry. There are predatory animals here in Washington State. The cougar is one of the most vicious animals we have in this area, and every year we have stories of individuals being attacked and mauled by cougars. And if we go straight to the source itself, which would be the Washington State Department of Parks website, and we take a look at their rules and regulation page, they themselves specifically state that firearms are permitted. In fact, they specifically state as follows. All state laws regarding firearms apply in state parks. Open carry is legal in the state of Washington. It is legal to carry a concealed firearm while engaging in lawful recreational activities such as hunting, fishing, camping, hiking, or horseback riding, or traveling to legitimate outdoor recreation areas. Some state parks abut areas that allow hunting access, and it is legal to traverse through a state park in order to hunt in a legal area. However, no person shall discharge a firearm across, in, or into any state park area. And the regulations also further state that no person shall display or discharge a bow and arrow, spear, spear gun, harpoon, or air gas weapon, or any device capable of injuring or killing any person or animal, or damaging or destroying any property, except where specifically authorized by the agency. And so, in a nutshell, can you carry a firearm into a state park? Yes. The laws of carry apply in a state park exactly as it would anywhere else in the state. So yes, you may open carry. You may not do so in a manner which is meant to threaten or intimidate other people. And yes, if you possess a valid concealed carry license, you can conceal carry. But wait, there's more, because if you do not possess a valid concealed carry license, but are engaged in otherwise lawful outdoor recreational activity, RCW 9.41.060 will allow you to conceal carry in those limited circumstances. Listen, we'll put the link below down there for the Washington State Parks Department. But also, let's talk today now about the Washington State Ferry System. One of the unique things about being a Washington State resident is the ability to take ferries across the Puget Sound to lots of other regions within this state. Many of us here who actually reside in the Puget Sound region regularly travel through the Washington State Ferry System. So the question then is, can you take a firearm onto a Washington State ferry? Well, if we go directly to the resource there, which is the Washington State Ferry System's website, and we'll put the link for that below, we will see a very brief statement from the Washington State Department of Transportation, which reads as follows. Items allowed on board with restriction. The following items are allowed on board, but with restrictions. Legal firearms. Washington State Ferry follows Revised Code of Washington RCW Chapter 9.41.050. And so what does that mean? Well, it means that you can carry a firearm concealed or loaded in your automobile consistent with RCW 9.41.050, which means you have to have a valid concealed pistol license. And if you leave the firearm unattended in the car while you go upstairs to the upper deck, the firearm has to be concealed from view from anybody who's standing outside the car. That is the requirements of RCW 9.41.050. Now, there is no mention in here as to whether or not you can open carry a firearm on a Washington State ferry. Now, this is governed under the Department of Transportation, and clearly you can open carry on normal highways and throughways and things like that. But I think we need to take a step back here and talk about what we have the right to do and what we should be doing, because that's really the part of being the lawful and responsible gun owner. And while I think you may have the right to open carry a firearm on a Washington State ferry, I think we would have to question the wisdom of that and what effect it may have on other passengers. Now, that is a prerogative and a choice you have to make for yourself as to whether or not that matters to you. But if it does, I would perhaps suggest that open carry on a Washington State ferry is not the most advisable thing. Certainly concealed carrying, taking a firearm onto the ferry, keeping it secured in your automobile while you're en route, all of that is perfectly legitimate. Well, listen, I hope that answers some of the questions that you may have about possession of firearms either in Washington State parks or on the Washington State Ferry System. You may have more questions about this or anything related to your Second Amendment rights, and if you do, don't ever hesitate to contact us at WashingtonGunLaw.com, or, of course, you can call us directly at 425-765-0487. Listen, part of being the lawful and responsible gun owner, like we talk about all the time here at Washington Gun Law, is to know what the law is in every situation and how it applies to you in any instance that you may find yourself. Until next time, thanks for watching, and stay safe.